What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Upper 90 YouTube soccer channel where we talk about soccer, aka football. Today's topic is going to be on Chelsea and a top striker that they should be signing over this transfer window this upcoming summer. So stick around. I think you're going to enjoy this video. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Michael Forstner, huge Chelsea fan, and we need to talk about the striker situation that Chelsea have been having as of lately. Now, we spent a lot of money last summer for a bunch of players, including Timo Werner, who we thought was going to be our top striker. And after the season ended, surprisingly, Jorginho was our top goal scorer. And guess what? He only had 7. And of those 7 came from the penalty spot. Now, I don't want to criticize the team too much, but that is downright disgusting. That our midfielder, who only has 7 from a penalty spot, is our leading scorer. Now, granted, we had multiple players across our team score goals, but if we're going to want a title, if we're going to want to chase for the Premier League, we need to have a guy that can score at least double digits, if not 20 goals and more. Because if we have a player like that, we can definitely win those games where we've lost 1-0, 2-0. And it's definitely a whole different atmosphere when our team is up and we can actually then defend and not trying to chase the game. Now, today I want to talk about a few forwards that I think could sit well with the Chelsea club. Now, I've already talked about Harry Kane, so we're not going to talk about him today in this video because I don't think he's going to be coming to Chelsea. I'm not sure if Tottenham are actually going to sell him. And if they are, they're not going to sell him to another London club like Chelsea. And if they are, it's going to be just astronomical price, and we're not going to pay for that. We can buy a lot of other players for that same price. So I don't think Harry Kane's going to be our option. So minus that, some of the strikers that I think could really elevate this team are the following. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So first one is Romelu Lukaku. Now, just in the news recently, it seems like Conte is not going to be back at Milan, which if he was going to stay there, I think that Lukaku would follow him and stay at Milan. But the fact is that he may be going to Real Madrid. There's been rumors about this. So if that is the case, he again may follow him and go to Real Madrid, but I don't see him staying in Milan then because of that. So therefore, there's this huge window for him to come back to Chelsea where he can actually show off the ability that he's achieved through the years being away from the club and how much better of a player he's been. Now, obviously, there may be a chip on his shoulder coming back to Chelsea because we did treat him decently, but I think he probably thought he should have been the starting forward when he was at this club. And at that time, it was hard for us to actually start him. We had a lot of other great players, and we've seen through the years a lot of players kind of slip through the cracks. Kevin De Bruyne being one of them, Mohamed Salah being another guy that just didn't fit into the system at the time, and they've definitely shown to be a lot better later on. And I think Lukaku is one of those other players, and I think if he can come back, he can definitely shine in this club. He's a great player, definitely knows the system, and would definitely thrive in this. Now, the second forward that I think would be a great fit, and this may be a bit of a shock, is another ex-Chelsea player that never actually played for Chelsea, and that is Patrick Bamford. Yes, Patrick Bamford from Leeds United, which you may be thinking, why? Why is this player so good that he should be playing there? Well, there's a few things that actually I'm putting into equation for this player and playing for Chelsea. Now, he's coming off a great season at Leeds United. He was number 4 in the top goal scorers this year in the Premier League playing for Leeds United, who just got promoted up. Now, think about if he had other players that could actually dish him the ball and contribute to his goal scoring, such as Pulisic, Ziyech, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Mason Mount, Jorginho, Kovacic. All those players sending him balls would be phenomenal for this player. Not only that was he the 4th goal scorer, he was the 2nd English top goal scorer this Premier League. And guess what? He's not going to the Euros, which I think that is going to sit just in his stomach, being upset, not getting a call up for this squad, because I think he rightfully deserves to be called up for the Euros and should be there. Now, I'm not saying he should start for the Euros. I'm saying he should be at least in the 26-man squad. And because of this, I think he's going to try to push away from Leeds and go to a lot or higher up club, because if he's playing for Chelsea, I think that shows a little bit more for Southgate. And obviously next summer we have the World Cup coming up, and I think Bamford is really going to want to expect to play then. So I think he's going to really play a lot better. If he's at an elite club like Chelsea, I think he's going to play so much better, and I think he'd be a great forward to have at the club. Again, it is all speculation. There's no rumors that he wants to leave Leeds. But again, with him not making the Euros, I think he's going to want to leave Leeds and find a league club like Chelsea or some other big club, maybe Tottenham, Arsenal. They're all out there looking for forwards as well. Now, our third player is kind of one of those that's wishful thinking, fingers crossed, maybe could work out, and that is Lewandowski from Bayern Munich. Now, there's not really talks about him coming to Chelsea, but if he could come to Chelsea, I think he'd be a great fit. We have Tuchel as our manager. We have other German players, not saying Lewandowski is German. He's obviously Polish, but he's played with a lot of German players that he knows the way they play, their style, and he would definitely fit up top in that goal-scoring opportunity because he's coming off one of his best seasons. Now, I think last year was a little bit better, but again, this year he's the top goal scorer in all of Europe. And because of that, I think he deserves to play at another club. He's definitely done everything he can at Bayern. They've won the Champions League. They've won the title. I think he deserves to go to another club and start winning some different trophies and just kind of grow as a player and keep going. Now, obviously, again, he may love Bayern Munich. It's a great club. He definitely has achieved a lot there, so he may not want to leave. But I think Tuchel could be that little bit of extra pull to come to Chelsea because, again, as you know, Bayern Munich, they lost their manager. He will be taking over the German squad after the Euros this year, so they may have a change of guard of what they want to do with their system, and therefore Lewandowski may want to move as well. And I think that's where Tuchel can come in and take that opportunity and offer to Lewandowski and play for Chelsea. And then our fourth and last forward, which I don't think he's going to be the great forward that we need, but he's definitely a bit of an upgrade or a forward that we could possibly use, and that is Danny Ings. Now, Danny Ings obviously is one of those players that can play phenomenal when he's healthy, but he is dealing with a lot of injuries. Even this past season, he had a few knocks and injuries, and even when he was at Liverpool, he had a lot of injuries as well. So that's one of those things that you're not too sure what you're going to get from Danny Ings. He is a little bit older, but again, he's definitely proven himself in the Premier League and how well he can score. And again, being at Southampton and how many times he scored goals just shows you that if he was at a better club, he'd probably have a lot more opportunities to find the back of the net. And the same thing I could talk about Bamford and Lukaku is that we have so many great creative players in our midfield and our wings that sending balls into Ings, I think, would be a huge asset, or even through balls from even the back line, because Thiago Silva can definitely play a long ball. So can Rudiger, Zuma, over the top to Ings, and that he can beat that last defender with his pace would definitely be a huge thing. Now, those are the four forwards that I think would be a great signing. I don't want to take anything away from the forwards we have. I actually hope that Tammy Abraham stays at Chelsea as well. I think he's a solid player. I think he deserves some more time under Tuchel, under this system. I hope he doesn't go away, because I think he could be another player that turns into like a Lukaku, where all of a sudden he goes away and just starts elevating his game, getting better and better. And then we're kind of kicking ourselves thinking, why didn't we hold on to that guy as well? Now, obviously, hindsight's 2020, so it's hard to say as of right now. But I hope Tammy Abraham will stay at Chelsea. I don't know if he's a starting forward as of right now, because again, he's not even starting with the squad we have. And I know over the window, we're going to sign some more players, so it may be hard for him to get into the top 11 starting team. So that's all I have for you today. Again, this was just rumors. There's no speculation, just saying that Chelsea needs a top striker to really push for the Premier League title. And I think one of those four guys can definitely be the helper to get us that next level, especially since Tuchel will have the whole summer to work with these players, really get his tactics down, his philosophy into these players to really help them elevate their game. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. And hopefully you guys enjoy these videos as well. Comment down below what you think for these forwards, or what forwards that Chelsea should sign to make their team even better. So comment down below. I'm definitely looking forward to reading those. We'll see you next time.